Good morning, Robin Williams fans. Seems kind of irrelevant, I suppose. But if you're not a Robin Williams fan, you probably don't know much about comedy. Because Robin Williams is one of the comedy icons. He's like the saint somebody of comedy. Yeah. So today I just kind of woke up wondering something. Not anything spiritual. Facebook. How many times have you just been shockingly disappointed that somebody didn't get a joke? Like, say, somebody you've known for 20 years who, I'm just going to tell the story about the general ways in which I know people. I'm gonna try not to single the person out who didn't get my joke today. It was a damn good joke, by the way. I'll think about a way to retell it. It was, had a visual aid, so I can't exactly take my camera and show my camera the camera. So go back about 1997. Okay. I remembered my coffee today. Well, in New Orleans, where I was living, where I was born, there was a Rocky Horror Picture Show at a place called Lakeside Theater. Very old theater, very, very big, very kind of obscure parking lot with lots of different places where teenagers could hide and be rebellious and various sorts of things like that. Contrary to what many Christians believe, it wasn't a big homosexual worship type thing. It was just a bunch of fucking kids hanging out and having fun. And not being judgmental. If you wanted to go meet people who weren't judgmental, that's where you went. And another thing that this general crowd of people had in common was sick fucking humor. We all delighted in sick humor. We just fucking, the crazier the joke you could come up with, we would actually kind of auction off people who had never been there before for whoever could come up with the sickest idea. Whoever came up with the sickest idea got to carry the new person around with a leash and have other people make fun of them. Harmless, fun shit, okay? But you would think that anybody who you would know from a time like that would enjoy some harmless, sick fucking... I mean, God, it wasn't even a bad night. Jeez. It was a picture of a cat with a black hood over its face, okay, trying to be all satanic looking, be I forgot what it actually said, but something like you wouldn't like me when I'm angry, one of them little cute little pissed off. Oh, I'm a bad evil sinister person, and I post this cat photo. So something about the cat being angry, and my response was, yeah, especially when my owner dresses me up like a Sith Lord and takes pictures of me. Then I pee on him while he sleeps. That's funny. And if you know cats, you piss a cat off, it might pee on you in your sleep. That's another reason why it's funny. Not, the fact that fucking poor little cat looked like he was sitting there pissed off because his owner was taking photos of him and he had a black coat over his face, so he looked like a Sith Lord. I mean, the joke was relevant, and it was funny. moving on. So, like, to go into a little more detail, this wasn't just some random person. In fact, many of the people who have just decided they don't even want to fucking hear my thoughts because they make them too uncomfortable or whatever. Can't think of a fucking reasonable argument to anything I propose, any questions I ask. You can't have, you can't, you don't have a valid answer to. So you just delete me on Facebook. Again, some of these people are from Rocky Horror. Some of these people are people I went to school with who know damn good and well that I was the person that was in all the fucking hard classes and had an easy time of it. I slept and woke up for tests at 3.8 while working at a grocery store for $6.15 an hour when I graduated. $5.75 an hour was what I made most of the time. Paying my own rent in a studio apartment, $365 a month, about $150 worth of utilities. And took harder classes, made better grades than most of my friends, who now shun me like they're fucking Amish and I'm a heathen because I say things that make them uncomfortable. Grow the fuck up. You fucking coward. Jesus Christ. Like, seriously, if the people who hear me out on a regular basis, who haven't severed ties with me, who are churchgoers, who are just random nerds, intellectual people, and the people that fucking everybody likes. Popular fucking people from my little time and generation. I'm not trying to name names or single anybody out. It goes either way. But then some random fucking people who like just being faggoty Phoenician fucks. Just if I say something you disagree with, fucking tell me. Maybe we'll both learn something. But don't act like I'm no longer allowed to be myself, no longer allowed to be your friend because I have a point of view. Because I'm acting out of love to help people. You may not see it right now, and my point of view may be that you don't see it because you're blind, but instead of assuming that I'm ignorant or crazy, maybe you should pull your head out of your ass. And remember that I am not a fucking moron. And if I have something to say, you should probably fucking listen. I'm not forcing anything down anybody's throat. I've never done that. I've never been a Bible thumper who likes to tell people what the fucking difference between right and wrong is. What I have always done is made people aware of the truth and aware of the battles that they must fight in order to understand and see the truth. See and understand the truth. My wife is sending me a sweet message. She's asterisk singing me songs about me being her mermaid. I'm gonna get back in a second. I think I can X that without messing up the video. Still here. Okay. So yeah, to get into more specifics, like at the Rocky Horror Picture Show, there were certain people who like you'd be really happy to see every weekend. Norm, that kind of effect. Well, the particular person that just decided to have a problem with one of my jokes, one of my funnier. I mean, it was funny. Okay, I don't know if my retelling of it was laughable, but my wife is used to my jokes. She doesn't always laugh out loud to them. I showed her that shit and she fucking busted out laughing. It was funny. So what comes to mind is a couple of different instances. I mean, I've hung out with this guy, done all kinds of mind altering substances with and around this guy. Sci-fi conventions, a lot of hanging out at coffee shops. And this guy didn't go to school with me. But there was at Rocky a guy who was a PhD in physics. And I was 15 years old at the time. And me and him used to have very, very interesting debates. And this guy, man, he loved to pick my brain because I would give him all kinds of, just pure brain power perspective to add to his vast education. Okay. And at 15 years old, I I had more theories than most of you have ever read about. Okay. I'm gonna wind up stopping these silly fucking indignant posts sometime soon. But this is a big problem with a lot of people. So if I gotta embarrass myself to make an example of it, that's what I'm gonna do. So me and this guy used to talk about just fundamentals of reality, quantum mechanics, talk about astrophysics, talk about the Big Bang Theory, talk about the way creation energy and conscious manifestorial power had to have played a hand in every step of every part of any proposed theory. And he would tell me about different things and I would poke holes in it. And this friend of mine who didn't get the joke today, he was there partaking, laughing, getting drunk, listening to many of such discussion. I've also had a very checkered past in my struggle to understand what the fuck I am. I never really kind of wondered who the fuck I am. I thought my name was Sean. I found out my real name, Nothen, when I was 15 or 16, right around similar time frame. It was kind of before I gave myself a quest of immersion into counterculture so I could experience it. But that's a long, that would explaining that would make this story way too long. So the people that I know were into every different type of magic, every different type of existential philosophy, and everybody kind of understood that there wasn't a system out there that had all the answers. Most people gave up. Forgive me for not giving up. I didn't want to wind up being the way I am. But the fact of the matter is, I can't help it. I have a whole lot more than this lifetime dictating my personality, dictating my present level of intelligence. I don't have nearly the IQ brain power that I used to when I was in high school because I'm not doing math every day. I can't sing as well as I did when I was in college choir because I'm not doing vocal warm ups every day. So the last time I saw this guy, and man, I literally call this guy a brother every time I saw him. We had an understanding and respect for each other that yeah, you and me, man, we might not even be fucking human. One day I hope we both figure it out. I think I figured it out. Am I supposed to apologize for that? So the last time I saw this guy, it was the last night I got drunk in the French Quarter. And it was an interesting night. Rode there with a group of about maybe 8, 10 people in 2 vehicles. And went to Bourbon Street. Wound up on Bourbon Street. Not sure how long it took before we was there. Outside of Razoo's. Okay. And a bunch of my friends had these hand grenades. And they didn't like them very much. And I happened to be sitting by a window still watching a fight that had broken out in the street in the middle of Razoo's when my friends were coming up to me at a bar right here. They were going from where we were kind of gathered back into the bar. And one of them complained about the drink. I said, I'll take that motherfucker. And as they all decided they didn't like their drinks, I wound up with this windowsill lined up with drinks because at that time I wouldn't want any alcohol to have gone to waste. Hey, I mean, don't worry, I'll take care of it. Go get yourself another drink. Don't mind me. I'm fine where I am. I was sitting there watching these fucking Goombas playing King of the Mountain in the middle of the fucking street. And it was like a group of 2 guys and then one big guy. And then the one big guy kind of like was just kind of like rah, King Konging it or whatever for a little while. And then boom, 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 bottle right on the back of his head. You got blood dripping all down. And I'm just like, this is fucking great. There's mass hysteria going on. It was terrifilarious, and like terrifying mixed with hilarious. But you're too drunk and you don't have time to say both of them. You know, it's terrifilarious. It's like Snuffleupagus went. Like if Snuffleupagus, if a Snuffleupagus, the species Snuffleupagus, actually charged at you with like rainbow clown wig and eyeshadow on, that would be terrifilarious. You know, Snuffleupagus. You ever heard of Snuffleupagus? That's what happens when a giant yellow bird fucks a woolly mammoth. What? So, terrifilarious is the only word I can describe it. But I had this windowsill full of hand grenades. I don't remember what they taste like, uh, nor do I fucking care. Nor do I really remember anything that happened after that. The terrifilariousness of it must have kind of kept my mind occupied for a while. What I do remember is when the sun started coming up, and I had lost track of the people I was with. Because apparently, I just sat there and drank my fucking hand grenades while they actually found something else to do. So, I'm sitting on some steps on a side street off of Bourbon. Kind of just like, I'm too drunk to really do anything but just kind of fall asleep here and hope the sunburn ain't too bad. Hope I don't wind up waking up in a jail cell or some stupid shit like that. Somebody peeing on me, you know. And I see this guy. I hadn't seen him for a couple of years since Rocky Horror shut down at this point. Maybe about a year and a half. And I go, brother! And he like picks me up and I'm just fucking leaning on him as we go to his car. He's as tall as me, a little better built. I was a fucking rail back then. I could hide behind a piece of paper if I stood sideways. And him and his friend gave me a ride home in the back of some big Buick Cadillac type vehicle. That's the last time I think I saw him in person, other than just a few, casual little run-ins. Maybe. But you wouldn't think that somebody like this would suddenly jump down your throat for making a fucking joke. You know what I mean? You wouldn't think that somebody who had been party to any of these experiences, somebody who's a fucking regular at the French Quarter, somebody who knows Wiccans, somebody who knows people who have cats, somebody who has a fucking brain, should not react that way to a joke just because they disagree with somebody's ideology. If you disagree with my ideology why are you fucking friends with me on Facebook to begin with? You know? Don't pretend to be my fucking friend. If you harbor some fucking resentment towards me and you want to be fucking two-faced about it, don't waste your spiritual energy. That's really all I had to say. I'm going to start using some prepared notes for my future videos. I hope this story was entertaining. I hope if you have any friends who don't get your jokes, at least you have somebody who knows the feeling. But let me just say to anybody who's just like, learn to fucking laugh every chance you get. Because if there's a joke that is not in poor taste and actually offending someone or something, and you don't laugh at it, the joke's on you. You're missing out on a chance to feel good, to exercise your heart and your ab muscles. You're missing out on the endorphins. You're missing out on the stress relief. All because why? You wanted to take a moment and let some faggoty voice in your head cause you to be judgmental of someone instead of laughing at just a completely innocuous, funny fucking joke. Okay, George. Anyway, thanks for watching, anyone who bothers watching these fucking videos, please subscribe. Please like the videos. I do hope to make more valuable contributions to the thought stream in the future. Like I said, I will be using notes, and I think it would be very productive if I had more subscribers, because my main objective with this channel is to simply remind Christians how to be Christians again. And even if you are the liberalist of liberal, you should know what that means, and you should not have a problem with it, especially with the fucking crazy Old Testament psychos that have seemed to have barked their way into being the main voice of Christianity these days. Like, subscribe. Thank you very much. Peace.